Pero las cosas, ¿me escuchan bien, verdad?
Sí, sí, se escucha bien.
Thank you. Miren, de las cosas que no, de las cosas que cambian, entre otras, es primero, bueno, el nivel ya corresponde al terminar este nivel estaríamos alcanzando un nivel de inglés B1. Ahorita les comparto una tablita comparativa, nada más el dato es que el que corresponde a este es justamente ese. Al terminar, obviamente, podemos ir ya a un nivel más avanzado y aprender más cosas. Cambia la línea de libros que se utilizan. Ahorita usamos el Top Notch 1, Top Notch 2 y ahora Top Notch 3, que digamos que es como el tercer nivel, ¿no? De aquí siguen dos niveles últimos que se llaman Summit, Summit 1 y Summit 2, pero ya es un inglés mucho más avanzado y ya si a alguien le interesa, pues podemos platicar de algún posible curso más adelante. De entrada, lo que yo abarco así como para darles un nivel, una preparación integral que les sirva, es hasta Top Notch 3. ¿Por qué? Porque luego hay quienes dicen, bueno, yo de aquí ya, con este conocimiento que tengo, pues rampeo para alguna vertiente de usar el inglés en mi trabajo, o ya con esto puedo ver películas y me las disfruto, etcétera, y hasta aquí me interesa, o bien si alguien dice, no, yo quiero seguir más adelante y ver hasta dónde llego, pues también pueden ir más adelante, ¿no? Es un preámbulo nada más, pero bien, Top Notch 3, si te fijas como moradito, este libro ya se los compartí, ¿sí? Es importante que le echen un ojo. Otra cosa que les iba a comentar es, para este nivel, yo les voy a encargar mucho más, o va a ser un poco más exigente que niveles pasados, en distintos temas. Ay, no, espérenme. Permítanme, voy a apagar mi video. Ok. ¿Ya me escuchan bien aquí? A lo mejor con mi video.
Se sigue cortando.
Ok, espérenme, por favor. Denme 2 segundos, porque sí es importante compartir la idea completa. Están viendo mi pantalla, ¿verdad?
Sí, ya sé.
Bueno, en resumidas cuentas y para no echar mucho choro y empezar ya, lo que les decía es, en este siguiente nivel les voy a exigir un poco más en el tema del compromiso, ¿sí? En el sentido de que vamos a necesitar estar sí, al 100% con el curso. Yo sé que a lo mejor en algunas ocasiones se nos complique y no nos podamos conectar o lo que sea, o a veces se nos pasa o no estudiamos para el examen o lo que sea, pero vamos a necesitar cambiar esa parte, ¿sí? Porque de lo contrario, háganse cuenta que este ya es como el nivel que te puede catapultar a soltarte a hablar en inglés, a entenderlo mucho mejor, tener un 70% de comprensión fácil, bajita la mano, por tema de vocabulario, de estructura gramatical, de que simplemente de que conoces frases, voy a implementar nuevas dinámicas, algunos incluso juegos durante la clase para hacerla un poco más dinámica de mi lado, pero también advertir que la clase pues va a empezar a ser cada vez más en inglés y cada vez menos en español. Entonces, ahorita obviamente todo esto lo explico en español para que quede súper claro. Y digo, aparte de la primera sesión, no es mi intención que lleguemos así directo al ataque. Otra cosa que quiero mencionarles, y es un punto importante, es el tema de la participación. En el curso pasado, yo dejaba mucho hueco a que quien no quisiera participar, no participara. Pero no sé si se fijaron, no están todas las personas que tomaron clase conmigo en el curso pasado, y eso fue una decisión tomada por su servidor, por mí, porque necesitaba yo que quienes fueran a formar parte del curso tuvieran el nivel necesario, tuvieran el nivel que se ocupa, y si no lo tenían, pues no les podíamos extender la invitación. Entonces, no es nada personal de nada, simplemente como ya se supone que todos quienes estamos aquí estamos capacitados, digamos, para sostener una conversación, al menos contestar las preguntas, compartir una idea, expresar una idea, lo podemos hacer. Ahora, si tú dices, ay, es que hay cosas donde todavía no me siento listo, o me da un poco de pena, o no sé cómo decir esto, no sé qué. Acuérdense que yo siempre les voy a ayudar, ¿ok? Siempre les voy a ayudar, pero lo que quiero es que se vayan animando, desenvolviendo, soltando, y que ustedes meros, ustedes solitos, ¿ok? Ah, bien. Entonces, otra cosa, chicos, el tema de la actividad personal con el inglés, este, necesitan buscar alguna dinámica que les permita todos los días, aparte de la clase, obviamente, tener unos 15 minutos en promedio de inglés. O sea, una canción que te la quieras aprender o que empieces a leer algún libro o que leas alguna noticia, incluso puede, lo que tú quieras, no se vale un hilo de chisme en Twitter en inglés. No es mala idea, pero no es la intención. ¿Verdad? Lo que quiero es que, miren, las canciones lo que hacen es que te muestran, por ejemplo, pronunciaciones, por eso ayuda mucho la música en inglés, por la pronunciación, mismo que las películas, ves cómo lo dicen, te ayuda también a dejar de pensar en español y empezar a pensar un poco más en inglés. Entonces, la dinámica que ustedes quieran, pero esa va a ser como su tarea personal. No siempre voy a poder tener control de cómo van con eso, porque como les reitero, es un tema más personal, pero sí me voy a dar cuenta de quién lo está haciendo y quién no al momento de pedirles eh, alguna explicación o alguna respuesta a alguna pregunta. ¿Ok? Si tienen dudas, por favor, luego díganme. Bien, ¿qué más? Cambió también el tema de las fechas del pago. La recomendación de algunos de ustedes es más práctico que se quede fijo en un día que andar llevando un seguimiento por días. Entonces, los días 15 y los días primero son las fechas de pago. El curso va a costar lo mismo y pues son dos pagos de 400 pesos. Les pido el día que corresponda hacer el pago por la parcialidad correspondiente, ¿sí? Eso respecto al tema del pago. No voy a ahondar mucho ahí porque es muy claro, nada más es eso. Eh, Además, durante el curso, sí, voy a tratar de incorporar de pronto algún invitado, alguna invitada, que me ayude con la exposición de la clase, a exponerles algún tema, o bien que ustedes, también les voy a pedir en algún momento que se traigan algún tema preparado y expongan como si expusieran una clase en la facultad, y nos platiquen del tema que les tocará. Voy a procurar hacer esto una vez por unidad, entonces son 10 unidades, habrán unas 10 participaciones. Yo creo que les va a tocar unas 2 veces a cada quien, o lo podemos hacer más seguido, no lo sé. Digo, no va a ser toda la clase, vamos a darnos unos 10 minutos para su presentación y luego otros 10 minutos de preguntas. Y básicamente son parte de las dinámicas que quiero incorporar. También vamos a usar más adelante una herramienta que se llama Kahoot, que seguramente la han utilizado. Es para hacer unos juegos y a la persona que quede en primer lugar, pues le vamos a dar un cheque por $10,000. No, pues le vamos a dar un aplauso. No, pero el chiste, está padre, la dinámica del juego ahí con Kahoot y otros cuantos. Bueno, no sé si hasta aquí tengan alguna pregunta. Si no, igual.
No.
Ok, good. Del tema de los días cambiaron. Ahora vamos a tener clase los lunes, martes y jueves. ¿Sí? ¿Por qué? Porque el viernes a las 7 de la noche, muchos de ustedes o muchos de nosotros a veces tenemos compromisos pues sociales, ¿verdad? Porque es viernes. Entonces yo, en aras de entender esa parte y de no poner el curso el sábado en la mañana, para el bien de todos, lo dejamos así, lunes, martes y jueves, de 7 a 8. para que lo agenden en su calendario, así como le hice yo. Bueno, yo porque soy el maestro ya lo tenía que poner, pero hagan su recordatorio y que no se les pase y háganse su espacio. Ahí sí que, yo sé que algunos no pueden algunos días por clases, por lo que sea, pero hay que procurar estar al corriente. Otra cosa que va a cambiar ahora de mi parte es el tema de las clases grabadas, ¿sí? Yo sé que puede ser pesado ver 2, 3 horas de clase, que la neta es da flojera. Entonces, voy a procurar que no se me pase de una semana de clases, o sea, voy a procurar ir al día, o sea, termino la clase, se termina de convertir, la guardo, la subo y les mando el link. Y así me la voy a ir llevando, por orden de fecha, no por consecutivo de clase, sino por orden de fecha. ¿Cuándo terminamos este curso? Terminamos el 15 de octubre. Tiene una duración estimada de 4 meses. Y lo estoy haciendo con esa proyección de tiempo para no apresurar, para no supercorrer en cuanto a los temas, ¿no? Son 10 unidades de 4 lecciones cada una. Entonces estamos hablando de 40 lecciones, más tareas, más exámenes, más actividades, más presentaciones. Entonces, por eso le estoy dando un margen un poco más grande. Pudiera decir yo, no, hombre, una unidad por semana, pero no quiero, más bien quiero que se aproveche y se entienda bien, y pues por eso lo ponemos así, ¿sí? No sé si se me esté pasando algo. Los horarios de 7 a 8, lunes, martes y jueves. Los días de pago 15 y primero, mismo costo, 2 parcialidades. En la liga se las voy a dejar en la descripción del grupo de WhatsApp. Entonces ya siempre va a ser la misma. Ahí la van a encontrar. Y ya no vamos a utilizar el Classroom. Las actividades se las voy a mandar por el chat de WhatsApp y las respuestas de tareas o algo que les ponga, si no es un enlace de Google Docs o sea, de Google Forms, perdón, para como tipo respuestas múltiples, me la mandan en fotografía como la dinámica hasta la clase pasada. Digo, creo que es lo más práctico para estarlos calificando. Aparte es más directo para mí también. Y bueno, si no hay ninguna pregunta, bueno, quiero preguntar o saber, ¿hay alguna duda, algún comentario, algo se me esté pasando, alguien tenga alguna duda que me quiera preguntar antes de continuar?
De mi parte no.
Ok,
No, todo bien, gracias.
ok, good, thank you. Bueno, ahora sí, vamos a empezar. Miren, como en todo nivel nos sugiere primero un grammar readiness self-check, una autoevaluación, ¿no? El propósito es ver cómo andamos, de qué nos acordamos. Entonces, les voy a pedir que me ayuden a contestarlo. No vamos a escribir, vamos a contestar uno a uno, ¿sí? Entonces, para que estén atentas, les voy a preguntar y ustedes me dicen cuál es la respuesta que mejor le va a cada ejercicio, ¿ok? So, exercise A, this is going to be very fast, so I'm not going to stop on each exercise to get all the details. Just, if I ask you to help me, please help me. Exercise A, it's a practice. It says circle the correct quantifiers, okay? Remember, we have quantifiers for countable and non-countable nouns, okay? It depends on the type of noun that we have, if it can be counted or not, okay? For example, milk, if you remember, milk is a liquid, so we cannot count milk, okay? But cheese, even though the cheese is a solid, I don't say 1 cheese, 2 cheese, 3 cheese. You just say some cheese, okay? Or if you want to talk about, you can say 3 cheeses, but it's not very common. So you say some cheese or any cheese. But with apples, for example, you can say 3 apples or 9 apples, 0 apples, whatever. It's countable. So it depends on the product you're talking about. So for number 1, the exercise says, there isn't, we can go with much, many, or some milk in the fridge, okay? Remember, some is not the right answer because some is when you have something, okay? In this case, it says there isn't. So we can go with much or many. Since milk is a non-countable noun, we're gonna go with much in this case, okay? So at the end of the line, it will be, there isn't much milk in the fridge, okay? So number 2, if you can help me with this one, Andrea, please. There are much, many, or any beautiful figures in the Golden Museum. Can you read it, please?
There are many beautiful
Figures.
figures in the Gold Museum.
Yes, thank you, Andrea. Number 3, Diana, please.
We need to go shopping. We don't have some shampoo for the trip.
Okay, almost. It's much, okay, because this is a non-countable. We
Okay.
don't have, because this is a negative, we cannot use some, okay? Because
Okay.
it's negative. But so we have to go with, we don't have much. Okay, thank you, Diana. Good job. Next one, Jessica, please, number 4.
She doesn't use a lot of toothpaste when she brushes her teeth.
Yes, she doesn't use a lot of toothpaste when she brushes her teeth. Okay, why a lot of? Many is not correct because we have a non-countable toothpaste. We cannot count toothpaste. Some would be correct, but we're talking in negative. She doesn't use. So because this is a negative sentence, we have to go, we cannot go with some, okay? Because it's a negative one. So we have to go with a lot of. She doesn't use a lot of toothpaste when she brushes her teeth. Very good. Thank you, Jessica. Next one, number 5. Gabby, can you help me with this one, please?
Yes. I'm on a diet. I just want to have some soup for lunch.
Correct. I'm on a diet. I just want to have some soup for lunch. We can use now some because I just want to have, this is affirmative, okay? Some soup for lunch. Nice. Thank you, Gabby. And the last one, please, Pamela, number 6.
There aren't much calories in a salad.
Okay, close. There aren't many calories on the salad because you can't count calories. You can't count calories. If this was, for example, I don't know, anything else, shampoo or milk or cheese, we'd probably go with much. But because calories are countable, we can use many. There aren't many calories in a salad. Okay. Good job. Now, I can see everyone is doing very good. I'm happy to see this because these were the last topics of the previous level. So we're going to move on now to the next level. Just a reminder, okay? The exercise B, complete each statement with real information. Use, now, you know what? Probably this is not the best one because it's very open. I don't want to go with this one right now. Let's go with the next one, the real conditional. Exercise A. Complete the statements and questions with the simple present tense or the future with will. Okay, so we have 2 options, girls. We can use the simple present tense, okay, or we can use the future with will. All right, just those 2 options, nothing else. Okay, I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking about the consequences or the conditions, right? So for example, if you study, I'm gonna go ahead and open up a notepad for you guys. You could say something like just a reminder, if you study, you can pass your exam. Okay, so if you study, this is simple present, okay, present, and you can pass also, you can present. So just present in both tenses. This is just an action, a simple action. This is not a consequence. But if you say, if you don't study, you will not pass your exam. What's the difference here? If you don't study is a simple present, okay? We're using present again, but now you will not, okay? This is will for the future. Remember that, okay? So this is like a future consequence. This is just an absolute action, okay? The consequence is evident, is very simple. But here we have a future consequence, okay? So if we're keeping that line, right? It's 5 exercises. I think we have 5 people here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask again, Andrea, can you help me with number 1, please?
If you call me tomorrow morning,
you can say, I give you, or I will give you. What's the right answer?
I give you
I give you the information you need.
you need.
Okay, it's almost correct. The first part is correct. If you call me tomorrow morning, so this is going to be tomorrow in the future. If you call me tomorrow morning, I will give you the information you need. Okay? Is that clear?
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you. Number 2, Diana, please. It's a question.
Will the hotel gift shop be open if I will arrive after 6 p.m.?
Almost close. The first part is perfect. Will the hotel gift shop be open if I arrive? You don't have to use the future again because you said will here. Okay?
Okay.
So will the hotel gift shop be open if I arrive after 6 p.m.? Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Diana. Good job. Number 3, please, Jessica. Okay, I'm sorry. Careful. Not all the sentences need to have will, okay? It's just an option. You can use it or not, depends on the sentence. I'm sorry, Jessie, please continue.
If you don't hurry, the fitness center don't be open.
Close. If you don't hurry, that's perfect. The fitness center, what is the negative form of will? Do you remember that?
Would.
Would? No, that's different. Anybody? Does anybody remember the negative form of will?
Won't.
Yes, won't. Thank you. So, Jessie, if we use won't, okay, how would it be? Number 3, if you don't hurry, the fitness center
won't be open.
Yes, the fitness center won't be open if you don't hurry. Okay, good job. Thank you, Jess. Number 4, Diana, please. It's a question, okay?
Will we
I'm sorry.
miss?
I'm really sorry. I said Diana. My bad. I meant to say Gabby. I'm sorry, Diana.
Okay.
It's fun for you. My bad. Thank you. Gabby, please. I heard your voice and I was like, this sounds different, but it was my fault. I'm sorry. Gabby, number 4, please.
Will we miss the express train if we arrive at the station after 4
o'clock? Correct. Thank you. Yes, correct. Will we miss the express train if we arrive at the station after 4 o'clock? Yes, you will, or no, you won't. Okay, it depends. And the last one, Pamela, please, number 5. And with this one, we finish this first part of the book. Yes.
If you click on the scroll bar, the screen will move up and down.
Okay. If you click on the scroll bar, the screen will move up and down. Correct. Nice job. Thank you. Thank you for this one. I liked it. Now, very quickly, okay, think of an answer. Okay, I'm going to ask you these two questions, or you're going to tell me these two questions. Okay, I'm going to go first so you can see the example, and then you're going to help me with your own answers. Okay, you have to say it, just think of it. I'm going to start. Complete each statement using the real conditional, exactly what we just said. So number one says, if I go on a trip to New York, I will eat pizza and visit the Empire State. That's what I would do, okay? And the number two, I will go to the park and play soccer. I'm sorry, I won't go to the park to play soccer if it rains tomorrow. I use the negative form. It doesn't have to be the negative form, but I decided to go with it. Okay, because it's gonna rain tomorrow. So that's the exercise. Just two sentences, very quickly, please. 1 minute each one. Let's go backwards now. We're gonna start with Pamela now, please. Pamela, if I go on a trip to New York.
If I go on a trip to New York, I will take a pictures in all the places.
Okay, I will take pictures in all the places. Nice. And number two?
I don't know the answer.
Don't worry. Okay, what will you do or what won't you do if it rains tomorrow?
I go out to my house and I stand in the rain.
You would go out and stand in the rain. You can say that, but you have to say, I will get out of my house or go out of my house and stand in the rain.
And
Okay?
stand in the rain, okay.
If it rains tomorrow. All right? Good job.
Okay.
Good job. I liked it. Thank you, Pamela. Nice work. Okay, now Gabby, please. Number one.
Iba a decir casi lo mismo que Pamela. If I go on a trip to New York, I will take a lot of photos. And I will stay at home and watch movies if it rains tomorrow.
Nice job. I'll stay home and watch movies if it rains tomorrow. I would like that too. If it rains tomorrow, I will probably stay home. I mean, I will stay home because I have COVID right now, but anyways, if it rains, I'm gonna watch the movies. Nice job. Thank you, Gabby. Jessie, number one, please.
If I go on a trip to New York, I will visit all museums.
All the museums. Okay, nice. And number two?
And I won't go to the school if it rains tomorrow.
Okay. Like when you were a kid, right? If it rained, you don't go to. Okay, nice. I would like to say the same with my job, but I can't. But yes, good example. Thank you, Jessie. Nice work. Now, Diana, please, number one.
If I go on a trip to New York, I will try the New York cheesecake.
Okay. Yes. That sounds good. Good.
I will buy pizza if it rains tomorrow.
Okay, just if it rains. If it doesn't rain, you're gonna buy what, the salad or something.
Yes.
Okay. Good job, Diana. Thank you. And the last one, Andrea, please, number one.
If I go on a trip to New York, I will visit Broadway.
Okay.
I won't go to my work in a bus if it rains tomorrow.
Okay, good job. You're gonna take a taxi, I guess.
Yes.
If it rains, only if it rains. Okay, see, so this is the real conditional. That's what it's called. It's fiction, or imaginary situations because we are not certain that this will happen, but it's just like a condition that can happen, all right? Then we have the unreal condition, and I don't know if we should like continue to, it's a good exercise to review the grammar sections of the previous level because it's important to remember, but I'm going to skip a few. Okay, I'm going to jump a few of these. So we're going to go now with the comparisons. I don't know if you remember this, but you can compare something with as and the word as again. So for example, the new iPhone is as good as the old one. Okay, but we can also use just or not nearly or not quite or almost. Okay, I don't know if you remember those. I'm going to give you an example of each, and then I'm going to ask you, each one of you, an answer. Okay. So the first one, not the first exercise. I would just go with my new car is just as fast as the old one. Okay. And with not nearly. The new office is not nearly as big as the previous one. Okay, it's not nearly as big as the previous one. Okay. The new player is not quite good. I'm sorry, the new player is not quite as good as the last player we had. Okay, it's not quite as good as. Okay, this pizza is almost as good as Little Caesars. It's almost as good as Little Caesars. It's very close. Or you can also say this pizza is just as good as Little Caesars. It's equally comparison. Okay, this is just a reminder of a few examples so you can remember how to use this. So now, practice A. Number one, I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna mix a little bit the order, please. Jesse, number one, London is exciting. Rome is exciting too. How can you combine these two in a comparison with as form?
London is just as exciting as Rome.
Correct. London is just as exciting as Rome. Perfect. Thank you. Number two, Diana.
The ceramic base isn't beautiful. No. The ceramic base isn't nearly beautiful as the glass base.
Okay, can you say that again, please?
The ceramic base isn't nearly beautiful as the glass base.
So close, very close. The ceramic base isn't nearly as beautiful as the glass base. Okay, you were missing one as. Okay, as nearly as beautiful as the glass base. Okay, good job.
Okay.
Thank you, Diana. Next one, please. Number three, Pamela.
I'm very isn't quite rebellious as my sister is.
Okay, close. I'm very rebellious. My sister is much more rebellious. So I'm not, okay, I'm not quite. Now the comparison.
I'm not quite rebellious
As rebellious?
My sister as.
Okay, no, I'm not quite as rebellious as my sister. Okay, can you repeat it, please?
Perdón, es que me hablaron y me desconcentré.
Don't worry. Okay, again, I'm not quite
as rebellious as my sister
That's it. That's my sister. We know that she's much more rebellious, but you don't have to say that, okay? Good job. I'm not quite as rebellious as my sister. She is much more rebellious than I am. Yes. Thank you, Pamela. Number 4, Gabby, please.
The Green Hotel is almost as expensive as the Clayton Hotel.
Correct. As the Chelton Hotel, because the Chelton Hotel is a little more expensive than the Green Hotel. Perfectly done, Gabby. Thank you. And the last one, Andrea, please. The movie Kill Bill.
The movie Kill Bill was just violent
Okay, close.
as
Okay, remember, just as violent as. Okay. Again, please.
the movie Kill Bill was just as violent as War of the Worlds.
Yes, as War of the Worlds. So the movie Kill Bill was just as violent as War of the Worlds. They were very, very, very close on the violence level they had. Okay. Okay. Good job. Now we're going to stop now with the review because we can continue and we're going to do this again tomorrow. Okay. We're going to close the last topics tomorrow. We're going to continue with the gerunds and infinitive, the passive voice and the past continuous. And then probably on Thursday, we're going to go with the last part of this. But before we continue, before we start, I would like to go ahead and introduce you to the unit number 1. The topic of this unit is make a small talk. I don't know if you remember what small talk is, but is, for example, when you meet somebody and for the first time and you want to ask simple questions. Okay, if you meet a person for the first time, you're probably not going to ask, hey, what is your mother's name? Right? It's like it's the first person, it's the first time you meet the person. So you want to go slow. You want to ask simple questions. You want to make small talk. Okay? That is what small talk is. So that's the purpose of the unit. What are the objectives of this unit for you? What are you going to learn with this unit? Number 1, of course, what is to make small talk and how to make small talk. Number 2, describe a busy schedule. Okay, to describe a busy schedule. Remember, lesson 1 and 2 have grammar. And then in lesson 3 and 4, develop your cultural awareness. I'm going to explain this later. And the last one, discuss how culture changes over time. Okay, we can discuss more about this internally, but anyways, as of right now, this is like the purpose of this unit. All right, we have here a few descriptions about this little etiquette guidelines for international business meeting, but it's not really what I'm looking forward to get into. I want to go with the listening exercise, which is this photo story. All right, so I'm gonna play it on the video, which should be right here. As I recall, I did it earlier before the class started, so you can have it.
Yeah.
And let me real quick. Can you listen?
Introduce myself. I am Teresa.
You hear it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Bangkok.
Now, check it out. It says, read and listen to, sorry, let me, my bad. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so this is a conversation between 2 people at a meeting in Bangkok, okay? They're meeting for the first time and they're gonna make small talk, okay?
And listen to a conversation between 2 participants at the meeting in Bangkok.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Teresa Segovia from the Santiago office. Sabateka.
Where did you learn the Y? You're Chilean, aren't you?
Yes, I am, but I have a friend in Chile from Thailand.
Well, sawadee kap. Nice to meet you, Miss Segovia. I'm Surat Likpai.
No need to be so formal. Please call me Terry.
And please, call me Surat.
Okay. Surat, do you mind my asking you a question about that, though?
Not at all.
Is it customary in Thailand for people to be on a first name basis?
Well, at company meetings in English, always. In other situations, though, people tend to be a little more formal. It's probably best to watch what others do. You know what they say, when in Rome.
Do as the Romans do.
Of course, nobody talks like this, but they do. Okay. Just to clarify a little bit, this conversation has small talk. Why? What is small talk for you? If I told you that this conversation has small talk, how could you describe small talk to me? What would you say? Anybody? One by one.
That is not a deeper talk.
A deeper talk, yes. For example, what, Diana, what would not be a question for small talk?
Asking about, I don't know, ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend.
Exactly, very personal questions, right? Are you married? Yeah, like those type of questions are not for small talk. But what would you, the last question for you, Diana, what would you ask a person to make small talk? What would you ask about?
Maybe what is the person doing in that place?
Okay, what are you doing in this place? Correct. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it. Thank you. Exactly. Then that's exactly the point. What Diana is telling us, like small talk, it is for conversations that are short and conversations where we don't want to intimate a lot. We don't want to ask personal questions. We don't want to get personal. So here, they're saying, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Teresa Segovia from the Santiago office. And then she says something, Sawadika. I don't know the pronunciation of this. And what is this? This is a very traditional way to salute a person in Thailand. Okay. And that's why Surat says, where did you learn the why? The why is the name of this salute, the name of this form of greeting. Okay, where did you learn the why? You're Chilean, aren't you? Yes, I am, but I have a friend in Chile from Thailand. So she explains, okay, they are already making small talk. And then Surat says, well, so what's the craft, which is the answer, okay? Nice to meet you, Ms. Segovia. I'm Surat Likpat. No need to be so formal. Please call me Terry and please call me Surat. Okay, so close, so far, so good. Now, she wants to continue the small talk and she asks, okay, Surat, do you mind my asking you a question about that though? Now, parenthesis, I want to explain something. See how they're using the word though, okay? Voy a cambiarme a español para que esto quede súper claro porque es muy común. Vean cómo estamos utilizando la palabra though. Se escribe T-H-O-U-G-H, pero se pronuncia though, ¿ok? ¿Qué significa though o though? Porque igual tiene muchas formas de aplicarse, pero una que quizá nos ayude a entender es como cuando dices, ok, ¿sabes? Por ejemplo, ¿no? El clásico que usan mucho la gente como de Sinaloa. Sí, pero es que, o sea, es como cuando haces las cosas así, ¿sabes?
Como
Sí.
el sacas de aquí.
¿Cómo qué?
Como cuando aquí decimos sacas.
Sacas, ándale, sacas, exacto. Son de ese tipo de modismos. Entonces él pregunta, do you mind my asking you a question about that though? Sí, though es entonces o a pesar de, pero no necesariamente tiene ese uso. O sea, es como un I do like, for example, if I'm telling you what I like pizza and I like hamburgers. I don't like, it's an example, okay? I don't like hot dogs though, okay? I like pizza and I like hamburgers. I don't like hot dogs though. Hot dogs though, okay? Pero no me gustan los hot dogs, ¿sabes? ¿sí? Pero, o sea, es como un agregarlo. Entonces, honestamente, la mejor manera de entender cuál es la función que cumple esa palabra though es eso justo que les digo, como un sabes.
Como un entiendes.
Como un entiendes, como, exacto, o sea, como algo, prácticamente hablando, sí. O sea, y por eso les digo que es bien importante que se expongan a una serie, a una película, porque se usa mucho. Entonces, seguro que se lo van a topar. Pero sepan cómo se pronuncia, es though, ¿ok? Though, y se escribe T-H-O-U-G-H, porque no vayan a decir TOU, ¿ok? Though. Okay, so she says, do you mind my asking? You know, sí, también se puso el you know, Andrea. I don't like hot dogs, you know, pero no, sí, justo, se puede usar cualquiera de los dos. El do, el you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? ¿Sabes a lo que me refiero? Sí, o es como sacas, ¿sabes? Y luego Teresa le dice, perdón, Teresa le pregunta, oye, te puedo preguntar, do you mind my asking you a question about that though? Not at all. Es como adelante. Is it customary in Thailand for people to be on a first name basis? Now, what is this question? It's a very elaborated question, but what she is asking is it normal for people in Thailand to be called on their first name? That's the question. Is it customary? Is it part of the custom, of the culture? Is it customary in Thailand for people to be on a first name basis? Okay. Well, at company meetings in English, always. In other situations, though, okay, in other situations, though, people tend to be a little more formal. It's probably best to watch what others do. So this last part is a recommendation. It's probably best to watch what others do. You know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Well, I'm sorry. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. That's what she said. So basically, that's what we are seeing here. So now I have a few questions for you guys, and I'm gonna ask a few of you to help me with this. It says think and explain. Answer the questions. Now, number one, Gabi, could you help me, please? Why was Surat surprised about the way Teresa greeted him? Why was he surprised? And how do you know that he was surprised?
Because he knows ¿Cómo
greet,
dijiste? Salud.
salud o greet, cualquiera de los dos. Aquí está, mira. Greet o
yes.
salud, también se puede decir.
Okay, because Teresa knew the greet.
Okay. Because Teresa knows the greet. That's why he is surprised. Great. And how do you know that he was surprised?
Es que sí sé cómo, o sea, sí tengo la idea, pero...
Ok, ¿cómo que quisieras comunicar?
O sea, como que a lo mejor no era muy...
¿Común?
Muy común, ajá.
¿O no se lo esperaba? Ok.
Sí.
Because, puedes decirlo de dos formas. Puedes decir, because the salute or the greet is not very common for a person who is not from Thailand. Or because it was unexpected for him to hear the why. Okay. Or yeah, the why or the salute, the greet, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
Sí, muy bien. Exacto. Nice job. Thank you, Gabi. Number two, please, Jessica, why do you think Teresa decided to say Swatika, so Swatika?
Because Teresa had a friend from Thailand in Chile, and she learned speak.
To say that.
Yes.
The why. Yes, correct. Because she had a friend and she learned it. So it's like, for example, you, all of you, you're learning English. If you go to a place and there's an American person, you probably are going to talk to them in English, right? I mean, if there's nobody around and you feel confident, you want to talk in English because you want to practice your English. That's what I do. Whenever I see an American person and there's an opportunity for me to talk in English, I try to talk in English because I want to get exposed. I want to practice my skills. Okay. Thank you. Next one is Diana, number 3. What did Teresa mean when she said no need to be so formal?
What did Teresa mean? That Surat can use only the name, the abbreviation of her name because he said Mr. Segovia. Sorry, Miss Segovia.
Mm-hmm. And it's not a very formal context, right? It's just a simple conversation.
Yes.
So that's what she said. No need to be so formal. I mean, you don't have to call me Miss Segovia right now. Okay, but that's correct. That your answer is correct. Thank you, Diana. And the last one, number 4. We have room for one more question. So I'm gonna go with Pamela, please. What do you think the saying "when in Rome, do as the Romans do" means?
I don't have idea, but
What do you think? For example, let's read together, Pamela, the previous part on the text here. Okay, check it. Well, at company meetings in English, always you have to always be formal. Okay. In other situations, though, people tend to be a little more formal. Okay. Where in Thailand? The question is, how are you in Thailand? Are you formal or not? So he says, in company meetings, yes, always. But in other situations, people tend to be a little more formal. It's probably best to watch what others do. And this is the key. It's probably best to watch, to observe what others do. You know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So what do you think is the meaning of this saying?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to help you a little bit. Okay, it means to imitate. When you are in a different country or in a different culture, the best thing is to imitate. Okay, so that's why it says when you are in Rome, do what the Romans do. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good job. Thank you. So basically, that's what this exercise was for. Okay. As you can see, we are no longer having the very easy question and answer. The questions are more open, and I'm going to ask you to talk more. I need you to talk more. I need you to ask questions, to confront yourselves. And but well, I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to switch into Spanish now. Okay. Voy a cambiar a español ahora. Ay, como gringo, ¿verdad? Me voy a cambiar a español ahora y pues bueno, muy bien, excelente trabajo, ¿saben? Me alegra mucho ver que están así como pum, 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 una tras otra, ¿no? Les pregunto y la respuesta luego. Esa es la dinámica que yo busco para este nivel. Abran el micro y digan lo que sepan decir, y si se equivocan yo les ayudo. Y cuando les corrija la respuesta, porque no la supieron a lo mejor estructurar o plasmar igual, apréndansela o vean cómo era para que se olvide. Entonces, como tarea de hoy o lección aprendida para hoy es el uso de la palabra though, ¿ok? You have to remember to use though, ¿ok? It's important though. Es importante, ¿sabes? Es importante como quiera. Entonces, though. Esa es una. Y pues bueno, el día de mañana vamos a continuar, si Dios quiere, con el repaso que es importante para desempolvar todo lo que... ¿Por qué? Porque como en la facultad hay materias que te tapan otras. Entonces aquí hay temas que si no traemos bien la base, haz de cuenta que vamos a hacernos bolas. Entonces El día de mañana empezamos con la lección número 1, ¿sí? Que es justo el primer tema de gramática. Por aquí lo vamos a ver. Es algo bien sencillo. Y se darán cuenta que ya la gramática no necesariamente es a un nivel de sujeto, verbo, predicado. ¿No? Es un nivel de, o un tipo de gramática que habla sobre preguntas. Por ejemplo, lo de mañana es cuando dices, oye, tú tienes 23, ¿no? O sea, en español lo hacemos bien cotidiano. Tienes 23, ¿no? Ese último no es una pregunta de confirmación, o que también le llaman en inglés tag questions. Es una tag question y tiene la intención de reafirmar lo que acabo de decir. ¿Sí? Pero en inglés hay una forma de usarlo y cambia, y según la pregunta es la forma. Entonces, ya son como piquitos que le van a ir dando como una estructura bien padre a nuestro inglés. Y por eso es bien importante que no falten, por eso es bien importante que hagan todas las preguntas y pues que participen. ¿Sí? Entonces, mañana, si Dios quiere, chicas, porque hoy se unieron puras compañeras. Mañana, si Dios quiere, a las 7 igual, nos vemos, ¿sí? Y pues bueno que se animaron. Vamos a echarle muchas ganas. Vamos a perfeccionar ese inglés que ya sé que yo sé ya que todas traen en un buen nivel. Entonces vamos a echarle muchas ganas y si Dios quiere, nos vemos mañana a las 7. ¿Ok? Have a good night.
Gracias.
Take care.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Bye
Bye.
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 Welcome. Bye.